Friends, if you look at the central bank, excluding US, of all countries, central bank put together and their holdings over a period of time, there is a very interesting pattern in it. If you go back 40 to 50 years, the central banks used to hold about more than 50% of their holdings in foreign reserves in terms of gold. Right. So at one point of time, it was at a high of about 70%. So from there, gradually, the allocation towards U.S. Treasury bonds started going up because the central banks, used to see US dollar as a very key stable kind of asset to hold, and they started to increase the allocation towards US treasury bonds, right? So gradually we saw that the allocation moved up to about 30% into US treasury bonds, and the allocation of gold came down from that 70% mark to way below, close to about 10 to 12%. Right, and this 10 to 12% that I'm talking about is somewhere around between 2005 to 2010. Right, but then gradually we see a different trend emerging. After that, we see that the allocation towards gold as a foreign reserve is shooting up. So from the low of about 12 to 15%, now the allocation towards gold is about 30%. And if you look at the allocation of US Treasury bond, that has also started dipping, from the previous high of close to 30%. So now it is well below 25%, and the allocation towards gold is much more than towards the US Treasury bonds. So there is a correlation, of course, with the U.S. national debt that is increasing. So right now it is at 37.4 trillion US dollars, and over the past couple of years, this has gone up tremendously as the interest component on the debt is making the debt higher and higher. Right. So as the central banks are of course watching this and feel like gold allocation is a much safer asset class than holdings in the US dollar in terms of US Treasury bonds. Of course, it has not cut down to zero, but then the allocation has reduced. So hope you pay attention to this and align yourself with this. Thank you very much.